Well, Moon Gang, it's been another phenomenal day to be a member of the Ape Nation. AMC closed out the day at 1956, which was an incredible gain of 19.2%. In this video, we have a lot to cover. I'll be talking about some AMC FUD, I'll be going over a potential gamma squeeze, I'll be doing a technical breakdown so you know what price levels I'll personally be paying attention to, and make sure you stick around until the end because I'll be sharing my own AMC position. So with all that being said, let's hop right into it. Let's get the easy thing out of the way first. So this is the Ortex data for AMC to start today off. It had a short interest of 15.88%, shares on loan 131.7 million, utilization almost the max value of 99.33%. After today, there was a net borrow against AMC at 424,000 shares, which brought the short interest up to 15.93%. I think it's also worthwhile to note the magnitude of the borrowed shares. Who in the right mind would borrow 3.7 million shares against AMC? I really just don't get their thesis at this point. Beyond ego, it seems to be like a gigantic losing trade, but hey, not my money. The days to cover based on the average daily trading volume over the past 2 weeks is now 1.07 days. So if you're new to this, days to cover, basically that's the ratio of if all the shorts were to cover like instantaneously in one day, how many trading days would it take them to get out? Right now we're over a full day, which this tells me that you're not going to miss the squeeze. It's not going to happen in a pre-market. It's not going to happen in a normal trading session or even a post-market. It's going to take multiple calendar days for this squeeze to actually play out. And a big update that just relates to Ortex. Remember yesterday I was talking about the outstanding shares. It was reporting 536 million. A lot of us thought that it should be 493. I reached out to Ortex. They spoke to S&P. They finally got a response. And I just want to let you know what S&P told Ortex. Our data team confirmed that this was indeed an error caused by addition of new shares twice. The correct number of shares outstanding is 493.28 million. I apologize for the inconvenience caused at your end due to the issue. So whether that was an honest mistake or a nefarious mistake, you can make your own judgment on that. I think it's wild that here in this community, we got the S&P to admit that they did something wrong and misreported how many shares are in existence for AMC. Absolutely crazy. This brings me to my second piece of FUD, actually. I've seen it on my own YouTube. I've seen it on other people's YouTube, Twitter, Reddit. There seems to be some sort of coordinated campaign. They're all the same, like weird profiles, like empty profiles, the same stock messages of sell AMC on Friday and something about a $50 target. I don't know what's going on there, but it is completely FUD. It's this exact same message, all forms of social media, the same one, different profiles. It's just these BS robot accounts trying to spread FUD about sell this Friday, $50 target. Don't pay any mind to it. It's just not worth it. Remember, as this stock continues to go up and as the volatility picks up, there's going to be more FUD. There's going to be more shills. There's going to be more negative articles from the media. Have conviction in your trade. Remember why you started this. Personally, for me, I am going to continue to diamond hand it. This FUD, it's just not even the highest quality FUD. It's just dumb little robot accounts. Please don't pay any attention to it whatsoever. This brings me to the next exciting thing. Let's talk a little bit about gamma squeezes. I was getting this question quite a bit on the live stream today, and I just want to clarify it for you. So a gamma squeeze is basically what happens is in the world of options, in call options, you can be in the money, out of the money. So these people who are taking higher risk to reward bets are buying a lot of call options that are out of the money. So there's more risk because there's maybe not the same statistical chance of them going in the money. And because of that, if they hit, there's a much greater reward. So in the world of the options market, if you have a bunch of out of the money calls that end up going in the money because the stock is, I don't know, maybe having a nice 19% gain, that means that the market makers, a lot of options are sold by market makers. So these market makers are on the hook for potentially if the buyer, the owner of the call option wants to exercise them. So what a gamma squeeze is when the stock tracks upward, you have a bunch of call options that go from out of the money to in the money. And to control what's referred to as their own delta risk, it's delta hedging, they buy a bunch of shares just in case all those people choose to exercise it. So as they buy, the market makers, that's another form of buying, which can push the stock up, which could then lead to another gamma squeeze. And then, of course, a gamma squeeze, short squeeze, FOMO buying. You can see how it all snowballs. But gamma squeezing is basically in the world of options. Calls go from out of the money to in the money. The people who sold it are forced to buy shares just in case the owner of the call decides to exercise. And then that pushes the stock up even higher. So with that all being said, I actually kind of want to show you a little bit about what's going on. So for May 28th, this Friday, don't forget the stock market has shortened trading hours this Friday, and the market is actually not even open on Monday in observance of Memorial Day. But what's going on here is for this Friday, we're not seeing that many. If some went in the money, like these 19,000 already probably hedged for at 15 because we're clearly past 15. We have about 10,000 coming up at 20, another 11,000 at 21. 28,000 at 28. Yeah, that's good. And as the 20 and 21s go in the money, yeah, there's going to be some hedging for it, but I don't know if we'll see a gigantic, I just don't know if the numbers are big enough to see a gigantic gamma squeeze. But with that being said, pay attention to June 18th, the June monthlies. There is most likely going to be millions of shares bought to mitigate risk. I mean, these numbers are just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, 40,000 at 15. At one point, this was out of the money. I bet they're already hedged for. We have 15,000 at 18, maybe a portion of them. I mean, here we have about 10,000 at 16, and we are very close to major money being forced to be hedged for, which is just more and more buying power. We have 34,000 at 20. We have 19,000 at 21, 13,000 at 25, 10,000 at 27, 13,000 at 30, and the massive bet, 147,000 at 40. And remember, each one represents 100 shares. Call options are leveraged at a rate of 101. Each one would represent 100. So if you do that math out, that's potentially millions and millions of shares that market makers will have to buy to hedge in case all of these end up going in the money, which then basically forces a self-fulfilling prophecy because they're buying, the stock goes up, which means that they might have to hedge more, and then that could lead to a giant short squeeze. Very, very exciting, worthwhile to pay attention to. I am insanely excited specifically for June 18th to see if this 20 right here goes in the money, because that's so much that they're going to hedge for, and it just gets bigger and bigger each single dollar that AMC rises. So pay attention to that for gamma squeezing. All right, let's talk a little bit about the technicals. Amazing day. Right here, I'm kind of looking, I mean, the high in all of 2021 is 2036 in normal trading. And then also if you include extended hours trading, we're looking at 2575. So my first target is to break this high from January 27th. That's the main resistance I'll be watching. And then from there is some resistance in extended hours trading around 2150. But past 2150, I am looking for 2575. I very much believe after 2150, the next reasonable technical resistance is all the way up at 2575. We're right here. I mean, I'm just so excited. This stock really looks like it just wants to explode. So those are my first three targets. 2034, 2150, and then 2575. But I am insanely excited to see how this plays out. Congratulations if you've still been diamond handing it. I bet you're up a considerable amount of money. Seriously, you deserve every penny. The amount of people against this community telling us how wrong we were, and now look at it. This stock is ripping. From May 21st until now, AMC is up 62%. Absolutely incredible. With all that being said, I was getting this question a bit more, so I just figured I'd go over my own AMC position. So for June 4th, I have a $20 strike. I have 6 of those. $19 strike, May 28th, 20 of those. 17 for June 4th, 5 of those. 16 for this Friday, 15 of those. 14 for this Friday, 15 of those. 17 for this Friday, 10 of those. 15 for this Friday, 20 of those. 15 for June 18th, 15 of those, and I have 750 shares in this account, and I have about 225, 250 in another account. So roughly 1,000 shares, and then I think at this point over 100 different call options. Obviously, many of these expire this Friday, so I'm gonna have to make a decision tomorrow or Friday. Am I gonna sell, exercise, or roll over? As of now, I'm planning on rolling to another date, maybe mid-June, something like that, but I'll make sure to keep you updated. And if you want to see it play out live, make sure to tune into the live stream. I'm not hiding any of these trades. I literally do all of this live, so you can see my thoughts as I just kind of announce it, my thoughts, what I'm looking at and why I'm looking at it. But I just want to be as transparent as I possibly can with my own AMC position. But this entire Webull account between AMC and GME, that's it. That's what I'm invested in. It is fully leveraged on AMC and GME. So with all that being said, I would love to get your thoughts on AMC, the FUD, the gamma squeeze, the technicals of what's really going on with the community at large. But overall, I am so insanely excited to see how things are finally playing out with AMC. Once again, congrats if you're still in the position. Also, you know all about all that good YouTube stuff. If you like it, the algo stuff, like, comment, subscribe, all that. But really, until I catch you next time, for me and Cher, best of luck in the markets.